Australia is still volcanically active, and for the past 30 million years, it's been slowly drifting north over a volcanic hotspot. This hotspot, also known as a mantle plume, is an area where an abnormal amount of magma upwells from the mantle of the Earth, and the last eruption that occurred in mainland Australia did so within the past 5,000 years. Hotspots are static, so Australia is moving north over it, and as a result of that movement, the eruptions here have slowly worked their way down throughout the entirety of the southeastern portion of the country, beginning in North Queensland and moving all the way down into Victoria and beyond, with it believed to currently be lying just off the coast of Australia, somewhere in the Bass Strait. Near where the present-day location is believed to be lies two volcanic formations, which stand as monuments to this hotspot's untamed power. Mount Gambier and Mount Schank. Their stories, etched in stone, are the subjects of our exploration today. They are the most recent volcanic eruptions to have occurred on mainland Australia, with them roaring to life only 5,000 years ago at relatively the same time. One was highly explosive, and the other bore different but still dangerous characteristics during the event, which was documented by the local Aboriginals that called this area home. Join us as we journey through time, unraveling the intricate details of these volcanic eruptions and uncovering the secrets of nature's awe-inspiring spectacle. Let's start with Mount Gambier. In a region marked by limestone and shaped by the ebb and flow of ancient seas, the stage was set for a dramatic transformation here. Deep beneath the surface, magma, derived from the aforementioned hotspot, embarked on its ascent towards the surface, driven by pressures and temperatures beyond comprehension. The first signs were subtle, a gentle trembling of the earth, a whisper of the chaos to come. Then Mount Gambier erupted with a thunderous roar, reverberating across the land. The magma met with the water table, instigating a violent phreatomagmatic explosion of unparalleled force. The land was torn open, and a crater was born amidst the tumult. Hot gases and volcanic rocks, known as pyroclastic flows, swept across the landscape like a relentless ground-hugging tide of death, with temperatures so hot that it would vaporize anything organic upon contact. Ash descended from the sky, a dark veil that altered the very fabric of life for a short period of time following the eruption. In the silence that followed, a caldera remained, a lasting testament to nature's untamed power. The landscape was forever altered, local ecosystems were reshaped, and a new chapter in geological history was written. In the present day, a thriving township exists right alongside this caldera. If something like this was to occur again, well, I don't need to explain how dangerous that would be. Moving on now, and only a little distance away from Mount Gambier lay Mount Schank, and the land here was equally poised for a change, only this time it would unfold a little differently. Magma reached the surface, and a plume of ash and gas painted the sky. Lava poured out and flowed en masse, producing a mesmerizing river of fire that reshaped the land, burying the previous terrain, dominated by limestone, beneath layers of fast-flowing basaltic lava. A cinder cone arose, much like the many thousand that exist in Victoria, which were also forged by this very same hotspot. Rocks and ash built a lasting legacy as volcanic blocks and bombs were propelled in all directions, and the land would become obscured beneath layers of scoria, pumice, and basalt. Unsurprisingly, Aboriginal eyes bore witness to both of these spectacles, weaving human history into the geological tapestry. I can't imagine how horrifying this event must have been to them, honestly. The Aboriginal tribes in Victoria would have seen eruptions occur throughout history, pretty much since they arrived in Australia between 70 to 100,000 years ago. But in South Australia, well, that's a different story. The volcanism here hasn't been active in hundreds of millions to billions of years. No tribes would have known what to make of what they were seeing, and it's likely that no oral traditions were passed down unless they intermingled with Victorian tribes, which is of course a possibility. On the geological maps, it appears that there were more eruptions that occurred in South Australia than just the two mentioned here, with scattered lava flows that hint to what I predict are smaller, less visually obvious volcanic vents that released minor lava flows, meaning South Australia would most likely have that phenomenon that I spoke about in that video I made a few days ago where I discussed shadow volcanoes, and I'd bet I could find quite a few around this area if I wanted to. Mount Gambier and Mount Schank's tales of eruption are windows into our world's complexity and beauty. They remind us of the awe-inspiring power of volcanic activity and the importance of understanding the forces that shape our environment. In Australia, volcanic risk isn't taken seriously at all, but it's there, and it will happen. At some point, another eruption will occur somewhere in Victoria, Tasmania, or South Australia. And it's at that point that we will begin to take this magmatic hotspot seriously. Right now, the hotspot lies just off the coast of Victoria in South Australia in the Bass Strait, highlighting why eruptions began here around 5,000 years ago, and its magmatic tendrils are still very much entwined to the bedrock of Australia. I can only hope that when this impending eruption does occur, it does so at a gentle, effusive scale, and not at a scale as explosive as the one that formed the crater at Mount Gambier, because this event was a very dangerous one to be around. And it's one of the few explosive volcanic-related phenomena that Australia will have to contend with for the foreseeable future until it finally drifts away from the magmatic reach of the hotspot that underlies it. Thanks for watching.